Are we finally finished with COVID? In this video, we'll explore the rental legislation introduced during the COVID-19 pandemic that has expired and that which continues on. My name is Tom Fair, and my team at Ben Frederick Realty helps people to buy and sell apartment buildings in Baltimore. Thank you for tuning in with us, and be sure to also check out our video on new legislation passed and proposed for 2022, linked below in the comments. Let's start by taking a look at emergency orders in Maryland that have expired as COVID has wound down. The first is Maryland's emergency eviction prevention. On March 16, 2020, Governor Larry Hogan signed an executive order stating that courts could not give a judgment for repossession of residential housing if the tenant could demonstrate a substantial loss of income due to COVID-19. This order expired on August 15, 2021, after which courts can once again order evictions regardless of the tenant's income status. A quick sidebar, we are shooting this video in May of 2022. At this time, the Baltimore City District Court tells us that failure to pay rent court hearings are being scheduled as far as 6 months out from the time of filing. After a warrant of restitution is issued, the sheriff is booked out for about 4 weeks. To speed up the process of moving a tenant out, a number of our landlord clients have had success in offering cash for keys. Give us a call for more information on how this works. Anyway, the second expired order addresses landlord-tenant lease renewals in Baltimore City in Council Bill 21-0031. This bill went into effect July 20th, 2021. It stated that landlords could only cancel lease renewal for a substantial breach of lease, and in this bill, a substantial breach of lease did not include failure to pay rent. So, a landlord could not terminate a lease solely because the tenant was not paying rent. This bill expired January 1st, 2022, and the law reverts back to landlords can cancel lease renewals for any reason, including non-payment of rent. Now, let's look at some legislation passed during COVID that carries forward. First, Maryland House Bill 18, and this bill has two parts. First, on notice for failure to pay rent. Landlords must provide written notice to a tenant of their intent to file for failure to pay rent 10 days before filing the notice with the court. The tenant has the opportunity to cure the default by paying the rent within this 10-day period. Beginning on the 11th day, the landlord can charge a late fee of 1% per day up to a maximum of 5%. With the tenant's consent, the notice may also be sent via email, text, or other electronic means. The Maryland District Court provides a notice form on their website, which can be found at courts.md.us/district/forms. The second part of this bill says that certain tenants may be eligible for an eviction defense program and establish the Access to Counsel and Evictions Task Force. This task force recently received 2 years of funding. The second bill that carries forward is Maryland Senate Bill 401 on non-renewal timeframes. This law extends the notice period for lease non-renewals. For month-to-month leases, the parties must give 60 days notice to terminate. For year-to-year leases, the parties must give 90 days notice to terminate. The third bill that carries forward is Maryland House Bill 861, which addresses reusable tenant screening reports. Reusable tenant screening reports have become common with sites like Zillow and Trulia, where a tenant can complete an application through the site and send it to multiple landlords when they inquire about their properties. A landlord that accepts reusable reports cannot charge any additional application fees. A landlord can require that a tenant certifies that there have been no material changes to their application since the report was generated. A landlord that declines reusable reports must provide notice that they do not accept them. This notice can be posted on the rental listing itself, on the homepage of their website, in the online rental application, or by other reasonable means to potential tenants. That's all, folks. Thanks for tuning into this video on expiring and continuing legal changes in Maryland and Baltimore City. Be sure to like and subscribe, and to check out our video on new legislation coming your way in 2022, linked below in the comments.